Hey guys, this is Jenny with Jenny's Gaming Therapy. I am doing a mental health check-in. How is everybody? I haven't done one in a couple weeks. It's taken a while to get to a point where, where I can do a video because things are, life happens and life is busy and I just wanted to say hello and check in. My week and days have been, I don't know, they've been good. Really busy. Right now in my Minecraft world, I am trying to figure out why I cannot keep chickens. So this is my chicken pen, and man, no matter how many chickens I put in here, they just all die. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know if they're not supposed to have water. Maybe that's why. Maybe they're not supposed to have water. I don't know. But then I also thought maybe it needed to be bigger. Maybe it's too small. So I was going to kind of expand out here, but I need to turn all this concrete into grass first. And then, like, if you can see over there, I'm doing a huge expansion, which I think I talked about in my last video. But anyway, so yeah, I'm trying to figure out why my chickens will not stay alive. So I don't know what to talk about today as far as a mental health check-in. I think that all in all, I can't complain. Like, I feel like life's going pretty well. I feel like I've definitely had some issues the last week or so, right? I definitely had I don't know what you would call it. I don't know. Like maybe an outburst, I guess. I don't really know. It sounds so childish when you say it that way, but I don't know. Anyway, I was watching. I had an issue at work with a person, and gosh, I do talk about those a lot. But in reflection on that situation, it was definitely myself that didn't handle it the way that it should have been handled, and I don't even know if I want to explain it or how to explain it, but I definitely took some things personally, and instead of taking a step back and just evaluating the situation, I kind of, went off on the person and definitely should not have. Because I think, and the reason I say I should not have, because there is nothing against standing up for yourself if someone is being unkind to you. So, like, don't get me wrong there. However, in reflection, I'm not so sure that the person was being so much unkind to me as I was taking personal the things that were being said and done. Right? So it was kind of my fault for not reflecting on the situation before I decided to have, I guess, what you would call an outburst. Anyway, that's not really what I wanted to talk about today, though. I was watching this video not too long ago, and well, it was more of like a talk, and we all know who Daniel Radcliffe is. He played Harry Potter, and he had said something that made me think about mental health. And I believe that that's what he was talking about, was just mental health, issues. and he said, um, and I may be even misinterpreting what he said, so please don't hold me to this word for word. But he said that we have to be careful about how we talk about mental health. And I thought in that moment, I don't know if I think that that's always true. Um, well, okay, so like on one hand, I feel like, yeah, like that's definitely true. Um, because there are traumas that people have been through that are, I don't even know how to put it, rocky ground, right? We don't, um, you don't want to talk about something in a way that's going to make somebody relive something that's traumatic. But um, I don't think being careful about how we talk about mental health is the answer. Uh, and here's why. I think that mental health issues need to be more loud, if that makes any sense at all. We need to talk about it. It needs to be brought out in the open. It needs to be a normal thing to talk about the ridiculous craziness that's going on in your head sometimes. And I think that the fact that we don't talk about it and that it's not okay to be loud and boisterous about the craziness that you're going through or whatever you're going through is why we lose people to it. Because it's not okay to just say, I'm not freaking okay. You know what I mean? Um, it is okay to say that. I'm saying that society makes it sound like it's not okay to say that you're not okay. And we've got to change that. And that's the whole reason why I think I started this channel and I want to talk so much about mental health because for myself, like my boss tells me this all the time. I'm a talker. I have to talk things out, and I love her. God bless her soul. She's not a talker, but I am. And if I couldn't talk about these things that I go through on a daily basis, I think that they would eat me alive. And I feel like, I, I just, I just don't agree. I don't agree, Daniel. But I think you're an amazing person and I love you as an actor. But I think that I don't think we should be careful about how we talk about it. I think we should make it more normal to talk out loud about it, to be loud about it. About, hey, this is what's going on with me, and it's not normal, and it's not, or well, not all mental health issues are not normal. I didn't mean to say it that way because that's not what I meant. Um, what I meant was it should be okay to say, um, this is how I think, this is how I feel, this is how my brain functions, and to make it more normal for it to be okay for your brain to function that way. Now, there's a fine line there, right? Because should it be okay for your brain to function under constant suicidal thoughts? That's a part of mental health. No, we don't want to function that way, right? We don't want to make that an okay thing. But is it okay to say, well, for myself, for instance, I'm on the spectrum. I don't like people touching my face. I don't like making eye contact when I have serious conversations. I have bipolar 2 disorder, so sometimes I can't control my emotions and I wear them on my sleeve. And sometimes I cry, especially when I'm having conversations that I feel are emotionally important to me, or even when I'm having just a normal conversation, if I feel like it's a serious conversation, sometimes I cry while I have that conversation. And that should be okay. It should be okay for me to feel and function how I feel okay to function. Does that make sense? So I'm not trying to tell anyone that it's okay to have, you know, I don't know. I don't know how to explain this. So I guess maybe Daniel is right in a sense. You do have to be careful about what you say when you talk about mental health, because anybody could construe what you say in a wrong way. And I'm not meaning that at all. I'm just meaning I feel like and I wish it could be more normal to be okay with the mental condition that you have and be open about how you cope with it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You know, I'm very aware. That's one thing that I feel like I'm blessed for, is I'm very aware of my conditions and how they cause me to think and feel. And I guess not everybody has that awareness, maybe. I don't know. But that's kind of my rant for the day. There's a lot of other things, that I've been wanting to talk about lately. Like, I think anyone finds it hard to deal with normal everyday life, meaning normal everyday stressors, right? Like financial stress. And I'm dealing with a little bit of that lately. Nothing, I will say this. I feel very blessed. My bills are paid. I have a roof over my head, but things are tight. I mean, things are, you know, things are tight. I don't even know. I don't even know how to put it. Things are, ramen noodles and toast tight, but I don't know how to put it there, but um and it's only going to be that way for a little while until there's some things that get paid off, and that's okay. But like it's funny because I wonder, and sometimes in my head I wonder, like, because sometimes I'll get in like an emotional spiral about, well, what I'm talking about, like even, just being financially stressed, right? And I'm sorry, my ADHD just kicked in. I forgot where I'm going with this. um so I'll get in like an emotional spiral, and sometimes I wonder, how do people that don't have mental health conditions cope when things like that are happening, right? Like, with myself, when I have emotional stressors like that, why won't it let me put blocks there? Anyway, for myself, when I have, emotional stressors like that, um, sometimes it affects my everyday life, um, which I guess it would for other people as well, but affects it in the way where, um, I have a very real um, possibility of making bad decisions. But the more that I talk that out loud right now, the more I think that maybe that's not just a mental health thing. I mean, maybe there's other people in the world who would maybe there's people that are normal that don't have mental health conditions that um, would make bad decisions when under financial stress as well. So I guess I don't really know where I'm going with this, but I just know that, I mean, I haven't made any bad decisions lately, so I hope that anybody who loves me that's watching doesn't think that I have, because I haven't. But I'm just saying, it's easy to feel hopeless. Um, I don't know. Look at that. That's cool. Berry bushes everywhere. Okay, I'm going to try this for my chickens and see if I can get them to survive. Anyway, I'm not really sure where I went with all that ranting that I just did, but it's nice to talk things out. I thought there was more chickens than that, but maybe not. I thought that if you gave the baby chickens a golden apple, they'd stayed babies. Oh, nope, I just hit it. Okay, well, maybe not. Okay, I think that's enough chickens. Now I guess we'll see if they survive. Because this is like the 5th time I've spawned chickens and they have all died. I don't know. Um, I don't know if what I talk about on here helps people, but I really hope that it does. Because that's my only goal of being on here and talking out my own stuff that I go through is that hopefully it will help someone else who deals with the same conditions that I do, or just needs somebody to talk to or listen to or whatever. You're always welcome to comment on my videos. You're always welcome to find me on Facebook at Jenny's Gaming Therapy and message me there. Like, I am more than willing to talk to people. Um, my goal is to help people. And oh my gosh, so I saw this. So I do watch, church sermons now and then, and I've talked on here before. Like, obviously, I'm a Christian. If you're not, that's okay. Like, it doesn't matter to me whether the people that are watching my channel are Christian or not. I am, and I choose to be. And that's okay if someone else isn't. But anyway, long story short, I was watching a sermon, and this lady that was talking, she said, and I'll just let you know who it was. It was Joyce Meyer, because I don't want to take credit for anything that she said because she is so wonderful. But something that really hit me hard was, she said, as many people as you can help, that's how many people you can hurt. And when I started this channel, I started it, because I really genuinely want to help people. And I never thought of it that way. I never realized that if I'm not careful with how I try to help people, I could also hurt them. And so I really hope, I just want to say this before we wrap up here, that this content is here to help people. And I really hope that it never hurts anyone. I love you all, and I thank you for listening to my rantings. And I am coming soon, just so you know, before we go here. I am going to do a different world. This is the one I've pretty much worked on for all my videos, because this is just my favorite place. It's become like my little home, and I just love it so much. But I am going to do a survival world. Oh, look, there's a villager inside my horse pen. But I do want to do a survival world. I've never done one. And I'm going to do it in not peaceful mode. So there's going to be like mobs, and it's going to be scary, scary, scary. But I want to try it. So stay tuned for some of that content, because it is going to be a lot of fun. And I love all of you, and I just really hope that you guys see my content, and if there's anyone out there that needs help, please find me on Facebook at Jenny's Gaming Therapy, and please like and subscribe so that I can continue to try to reach people and help people. And I love you all, and I hope you guys all have an amazing day.